Let's get rid of these stock non-locking tuners and put on a very nice set of Gotoh locking tuners for this guitar. What we have here today are a set of Gotoh SG381 MGT locking tuners in Cosmo Black with a 1/16 gear ratio. These are super nice tuners. They aren't cheap. They were about $80 for the set, but I've used Gotoh for many years and they are a wonderful product. The Cosmo Black is sort of a black chrome, like a darker chrome, so I really like the finish. I think it's a really cool look for this guitar. And also, ordering from the same company, you're going to get the same consistency with the finish on there. So this modification is very simple. You don't need any special tools or anything like that. Everything bolts right into the same hole and screws right into the same screw hole, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. As long as you make sure it's for the 10mm hole on the headstock, you're good to go on this. So what do we need for tools? All we really need are a couple things. We're going to need a screwdriver, a pair of dikes, and a 10mm socket like this one right here. And all we're going to do is remove these nuts that are on the top here with the socket. We'll be taking all them off, and then we will remove the screws that are holding it in on the back side here, and that's it. It's really simple, easy to do. So let's get these nuts off. I use the socket by hand. Most of the time these things are not cranked on there, so you don't have to worry about using, any force or whatever. And then you can put them back on there hand tight because they're going to be screwed in the backside too. So, it's just a lot better to be more careful about not marring up the finish on these things and just being real careful and easy going with it. Now we're just going to take off the screws back here on the back side and pull these tuners out and then put the other ones right in. And really, there's just nothing to this. It's pretty good. There is a little trick to these Gotoh tuners. 3 of them will have a green dot on them like this. These are for the treble side of the strings. The hole is a little bit smaller for the strings to go through, and the shaft is a little bit shorter, as you can see right here. And then you have the other 3, which are the bass side of the strings, which has a little bit larger hole and a little bit longer post. As you can see here, I tried to get a close-up of this the best I could so you could see it, but it's kind of a tricky thing. So here's the hole. You can see the hole's a little bit larger on this one, and those are for the bass side or the wound strings, whatever you want to call it. Now, when I go to install these, I just take my time with it, and I do one at a time. I just start the screw and right in the same hole that the other one was in, and just snug it down, and that's it. And I do that with all 6 of the machine heads, and I just do one at a time. I do not use any power tools on any of this stuff. These are very small screws, and you will strip them out and just make a mess of things. So just take your time and do it by hand, really. That's just the best way to do it, I think. And once we get all of these screwed in and snugged up, I kind of do another little half twist on each one to sort of make sure that they're there, and then we're going to put the nuts on. Now here are the nut and washer that goes over the top of the tuners, and this is very simple too. You just put the washer on there and screw them all in the top. Start everything by hand first to make sure you're not cross-threaded or any of that stuff, and then I like to take my socket and just give it a quarter turn or so, and just to get them on there nice and snug. And this is what they look like after they're all put into place. You can see the treble side is a little bit shorter, but everything clears fine. And the posts aren't near as long as they are for the stock tuners on there. But they look great. Here's the back side of them. You can see everything is cleared and looking good, straight. All the holes were straight, so I didn't have to worry about doing any of that stuff. And I think it's a great, simple upgrade to do for your guitar. It will help with your tuning stability, and it also looks great, I think, too. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. We will talk to you on the next one. Thank you.